Hello and welcome back to my 5th Thaumcraft tutorial, and here you'll be seeing some more lights and some more explosives. So the very first one is a little piece of research you can get which makes you gunpowder. And to get gunpowder, all you need is the fractus aspect and permutatio and also the ignis aspect. And they're pretty easy to get. You can get fractus from cobblestone, you can get the ignis from charcoal or coal, and you get permutato from seeds, so you should be able to get the gunpowder pretty easily. And when you've done and researched that, you'll then find you can make gunpowder without needing to go hunting creepers. And there's a recipe there, so let's go and make some gunpowder. And here we are, ready to make some gunpowder. Now the recipe is to take 6 fractus and 6 ignis, put them in a crucible, and you'll get gunpowder from that. And the fractus and the ignis, you can get that from the cobblestone and from the charcoal. And it looks like 6 cobblestones and 3 charcoals will work there. Now, one slight problem if you tried that is you may find you get something a little bit different there, because when you wave your wand at it, you get alumentum, which isn't quite what we're after. Now, the reason for that, of course, is the alumentum uses one of the aspects in the coal and the charcoal, so it's always important to make sure you're putting the right things into your cauldron. Let me just throw that aside. Now what you can do, of course, is to use roses. Roses are a very good source of the fire aspect, but roses don't have any potentia. There you can see the charcoal has ignis and potentia. So if I use 6 cobblestones and 6 roses, I should be able to get my my gunpowder. One thing to be aware of course, is the rose has 4 of the flower aspect, so I am going to be releasing a lot of unused aspects doing this, and remember that's something you need to be careful of. So just put our materials in there, and there we go. And there we go. We have piece of gunpowder, and well, I'm sure you can think up some uses for gunpowder, can't you? So there we go, no need to go hunting creepers for that anymore. Now the other 2 researches you can get, one of them is what we call the gaseous glowstone, and there's the aspects you need there for it. You need lux, that's light, potentia, and you also need aura, which is from air, and potentia, of course, you can get that from coal or from charcoal. And the lux you can get from torches, or you can get from flowers, the yellow ones. And the aura aspect you can get that from arrows. So all we need to do is to research some flowers, coal, some arrows, and there you go. You can get gaseous glowstone. And I'll show what that does in a minute, but there's one other research that's linked to that, and it is the gaseous tenebrae. In other words, gaseous darkness. Very similar to the glowstone one. You need potentia, you need aura, but you also need tenebris. Now, where you get that from? You can get that from ink sacs. They will give you the darkness aspect, and also from smoky quartz. And smoky quartz, if you don't know the recipe for that, that's just some nether quartz all around a piece of charcoal, and there you go. That will give you your smoky quartz that you can use there. So there you go, that's the materials you need. Now let's go and make some gaseous glowstone and gaseous tenebrae, and I'll show you what it does. So to make your gaseous glowstone, there's a recipe there. you'll need to do this on the infusion altar. You're going to need some glowstone. You need some nitor, which we've already made before. And you're going to need a glass phial. Now, the glass phials, they are very similar to glass bottles. Same kind of recipe. You can put it on the workbench. You need the 3 glass blocks. And you need a piece of clay in it as well. And I'll just show you that there. There it is. Glass blocks like that, clay like that, and that'll give you some glass phials. And they're very, very useful. I suggest you make a good supply of those because you're going to be going through stacks of those later on. So well worth having materials at hand to do that. And now the recipe. You may recall I said we do it on the casting, the infusion altar. Lay the components out like that. And there we go. The components laid out like that. And you may notice there's nothing actually there yet. And there's this little thing here kind of flashing on and off, as you can see. That's because we need to infuse extra essences into it. You'll see that on the recipe. Down there it says we need 8 euro as well. Now you remember somewhere at the beginning I said it's a good idea to build your infusion altar and your cauldron close together because they will then link. Now the essences we need to infuse into those pieces we need to put into the cauldron. Now if I remember rightly it was 8, so if I throw in 8 arrows we should find, and there we go, we can see the gaseous glowstone has now appeared. I can take that out, and there we go, I now have a piece of gaseous glowstone. Now to make tenebrae is very, very similar, except you're going to need smoky quartz in place of the glowstones. You're going to need a piece of alimentum in place of the nitor. You still need a glass phial. You still need, looks like 8 euro there, but you also need 2 tenebrae. And since you're using smoky quartz to make the gaseous tenebrae anyway, that's probably a very good source of the aspects you need. 2 of those smoky quartzes should be able to make the gaseous tenebrae for you. So very easy to do, and I'll show what they do in just a minute. Right, so first of all, I suppose I'll show you how to use the gaseous tenebrae and what that does. As you can see, it's very dark black stuff. So what that does is when you right click, it releases a load of darkness. And there you can see I'm now in a sort of little shadowy area. And we can do that, make a big kind of black area that's all in shadow. And you may be wondering, why on earth would I want darkness? What's the good of that? Well, I suppose there's a few uses. You might have ore berries that you want to be growing. Ore berries won't glow in light, so you need some darkness. This is one way of doing it. I haven't tried to see if monsters will spawn in here, but I suppose they can do because it is supposed to be quite dark in here. But anyway, that's how you make the darkness. Now I'll show you how the gaseous glowstone works. Now this works best at night, so I'm just going to change the time here. Of course, it would help if I knew the command, wouldn't it? Right, so it's darkness, and it could be in a cave or something, and you may want some light. Well, the gaseous glowstone. Just right click, and there we go. We now have an area of magical light. And as you can see, there's no actual source for the light, but it is brightly lit. There you can see, quite bright. Everything else in darkness. And I suppose you could use that in your base or something. Fill all the rooms with gaseous glowstone, and you have no obvious visible source of light in there. And as you can see, it's quite bright. So there you go. That's your gaseous glowstone. And you don't seem to need to actually click it on anything. You can just click it and it will be used. As you can see here, I'm just clicking in the air. And there we go. It's making a nice bright area for me. And I hope that's been very helpful and useful to you. And there we go. That's the end of my 5th Thaumcraft tutorial. So play safe and happy Thaumcrafting, and I'll see you again.